Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, AK Baby Doo, the Lightbringer,
And I am the Furman.
and you're tuned in to the False Graves podcast.
Oh, drink water, drink water, drink water, bitch. 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 Brush your teeth every day. Oh, don't play too many games. Oh, only 3 hours a day. Oh, respect your parents, okay? Oh, love your mom, love your dad. Always say please and thank you. Oh, if you say words like fucking shit without coming your house, thank you. Oh, don't say nigga, it's bad. Respect and love all races, even Khajiit, even Argonians. It's better to wash your faces. Oh.
Before we get into it, a couple announcements to make. Thank you guys so much. We finally hit 1,000 subscribers, which means that live cricket eating is on the way.
Oh, it's going to be absolutely spandifulous.
It won't be on this episode, but it will be on the next one or the one following that. What we have to do is procure some quality crickets.
Yeah, we're not trying to go ahead and swallow some Walmart-style crickets.
I'm making sure we're getting the finest crickets, sourced from the finest breeders, so that we're making sure we're being responsible as we're consuming crickets.
Alpha and Sigma crickets, as it were.
Yeah, and I'm actually planning on doing a little bit of build-up content to the cricket eating. An example is the company that I'm ordering the crickets from. I'm actually planning to call them and talk with them about me eating their crickets.
Well, gosh darn.
Like, yeah, I know you guys like mainly deal with pets and reptiles and things like that, but I want to know, can I eat the crickets?
Okay, so we sprinkle a little bit of Taco Bell sauce on top of them.
Yeah, so I'm going to post a video on that. We'll see how it goes. But cricket eating is coming. We thank you guys so much for subscribing and getting us to where we are today. And along with that, I got to go ahead and thank my sponsor, the IBTC, the Itty Bitty Titty Committee. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to, quit my full-time job and do this for a living. So shout out to the IBTC.
Well, I mean, if you're going to go ahead and do that, then can I go ahead and hit my sponsor?
Of course.
Okay. Well, to the MMBA, the Big Mommy Milkers Association for Boys. Look, go ahead and let them know that those big mommy milkers are out there and they are real. You might be the white whales that nobody else never knew they could ever hit, but my God, you are there. The subsidiary of Goth IHOP, the subsidiary of Trap Waffle House.
Trap.
I just want to let you know that we out here, we support you.
Gone stupid, gone stupid, gone stupid, hey. Gone stupid, gone stupid, gone stupid, hey. Gone stupid, gone stupid, gone stupid, hey. Gone stupid, gone stupid, gone stupid, hey.
So we're known as we're the non-serious guys. What do we do but talk shit, right? Dick around and talk about whatever. Tonight I want to do something different.
Oh, gross.
Everyone online seems to be looking for something of value, some meaning, some advice, something that they can hear and then, it benefit their life. So I want to open with something that's personally on my mind that I feel I can contribute to. I'm an authority in this field.
Okay, well, lay it down.
Most people aren't going to be entrepreneurs. They're not going to be independent contractors. They're not going to be content creators, etc. And so most people listening and throughout the future are going to be your average day-to-day workers, your 9-to-5 workers.
Your Joe Schmoes.
Your regular, everyday work. And there's nothing wrong with that. And so opening up, I want to talk with the audience about how to get the most out of your 9-to-5 job, how to move up quicker, how to make the most money, and overall just how to have success in your life working a standard job.
All right, so you guys are going to go ahead and click in, tune in for this.
Yeah, so it's really a 3-part process when it comes to making the most of your 9-to-5 job.
Fuck your boss, either blackmail or also fuck your boss and blackmail them.
The Furman's going to have his own advice that is a little bit different than mine, but we come from different worlds. So we'll see how that goes. But the first piece of advice is a lot of people think this is the primary thing. Like they think if I do this right, everything else is going to work out. It's not. This is truly the first step in being successful at a 9-to-5 job. And the first step is doing your job well. The first step of 3 is just doing a good job. A lot of people think, oh, if I go in and I work hard and I do what they tell me and I do a good job by all of the metrics, I'm going to move up in the company. I'm going to make more money. I'm going to get raises. That is one of the biggest fallacies out there, is that doing a good job alone is going to net you more money or more influence in the company you work for.
Okay, so, like, am I wrong here? But is not one of the rules, the first 48 rules power, is to not outshine the master?
True, not outshine the master is one of the laws of power. And knowing the laws of power, I would say, does play a role in any sort of influential situation, but it's separate to what I would recommend for people to move up in a 9-to-5.
Okay, fair enough.
So the first thing is you have to do your primary job well. If you're not doing just the job you're assigned well, then the other 2 aren't going to make much of a difference. So step 1, and it's good to think of it this way. Some people will work 2 years just to do a good job. No, that is step 1 of being having upward momentum in a company. So step 1, do your job well. Step 2 is you have to find a way to be impressive. And you might go, well, if I do my job well, doesn't that make me impressive? Hardly. It plays a slight role in being impressive. The number one thing you have to do to be impressive is to do what you're paid to do and then somehow find extra time to do additional tasks that no one expects you to partake in.
Do your job well and then add a little extra on top.
You have to add extra that is unexpected. When you start doing these side jobs or taking on other responsibilities that aren't assigned to you, that's going to make people immediately see you in a different light. It's going to give that aura of impressiveness. Like, wow, this guy's doing his job and he's doing extra. And now the risk here that you're going to run into is you're going to end up, there are certain positions in companies which are more time dependent and some that aren't.
Some that are more oriented.
Correct. And so you might have a position that truly takes the full 8 hours of your day to do it well. And so, like I said, step 1 is do a good job. Well, what happens if you actually need the full 8 hours to do a good job? Truly, I tell you, it's no excuse. You have to find a way to do it in 7 hours and 30 minutes and use that other 30 minutes to be impressive. You have to find a way to do extra time. And now the guys or ladies who have a position that give them more free time, they're going to have a much easier job on step 2. On step 2, if you got a job that doesn't take all of your day, it doesn't take all of your time, then you're going to be able to dedicate a lot more time towards looking and being impressive, doing the odds and ends, right?
Yeah, the things that nobody thinks about when they're doing their business.
And so a big risk in any position is ending up in a job that is very time dependent. Not to say that you shouldn't take a job like that or you can avoid it, but you want to find a job that isn't exclusively time dependent. That'll give you the extra time to be impressive. Step 3 on getting the most out of your 9-to-5. You have to be socially present around the people that can actually benefit your career and your job. And a lot of people might write this off as, oh, this is the kiss ass step. Like, oh, you got to find a way to kiss ass. It's not exclusively that. There's a thing about human psychology where it's so easy to write people off as numbers and statistics and not important until you're around them. You got to be a particular type of sociopath to interact with people and then not find a much higher degree of compassion for them or understanding.
Yeah, which actually, if I might piggyback off that.
Yeah.
Stalin once said that one man dying is a tragedy. 100 men dying is a statistic.
That's a great quote for this, because that's what I'm saying. If you're in the workforce and your boss doesn't know you really, and your managers don't know you or your supervisors, you're that statistic. When you get fired, you turned out to just be that statistic. But if you're somebody who's known, who is in the social circle, who's regularly talking with their managers,
They buy donuts every once in a while because they're
Yeah.
a little bit late. Oh, well, gosh darn it. Well, this person might take 5 minutes off the
Exactly.
corporate ladder, but you know what? They're here for them.
you become somewhat of a known figure, and so you begin to get treated like a human. A common mistake people make is they expect to be treated like a human. And it would be great if we lived in a world where people got treated like humans.
Pretensville.
But unless you put in the work yourself to go, hey, I'm a human, like, hey guys, I'm actually a person, you're not going to get treated like a person.
Yeah.
I mean, would you agree with that?
Well, I would, because I've been fired many a times, even though I have been quite the personality at such jobs.
Well,
but-
you did step 2 and 3 well.
Ah,
Well, step 1 was kind of your hang up.
yeah, I mean, it was debatable on whether or not it was good.
And so, yeah, you got to find a way to humanize yourself to the people who can benefit you, the people who can contribute to your position.
The ones that can go, hey, this man, he might not be doing the best job, but however, he is doing the best he can.
Yeah. And if you guys are watching, go ahead and leave us a like, leave some comments. I notice a lot of you guys you watch, but we're not getting, they don't leave a like, and that really helps our video. It helps it get discovered on YouTube. So please go ahead and leave us a like if you
I
can.
mean, just a little teeny tiny like.
And so the 3 steps on getting the most out of your 9 to 5. The first one is doing your job well. The second one is finding extra time to be impressive, doing extracurricular things. And the third is being socially present. If you do those 3 things well enough, at some point, you're going to expedite your growth. You're going to expedite your income.
You're going to go ahead and you're going to hit that,
Yeah, you're going to hit that money. And so Mr. Furman's going to give some of his advice, but before we swap over, I'm going to give a fourth bonus way to grow in a 9 to 5 job.
Whoa. We didn't discuss this before we hit here.
I know what you're thinking. You've already given so much value. You guys have already helped. I'm already making, 7 figures from the advice we've already heard.
Well, I mean, after I give my advice, but you're going to give them a fourth advice?
So here's the fourth bonus advice. It kind of ties into 3, but it's a little different.
Oh.
You have to curate a story about who you are and what your life is. So I would say you have to be cautious. You're not the wrong story, and you have to work towards being the right story. And here's what I mean. When you think about the archetypical people in historical stories, you've got a king, a jester, a clown, a slave, etc. You've got these types of people. The human condition at its core is seeking all realms of expression. The human condition wants good, it wants bad, it wants drama, it wants laughter, it wants suffering. We want all of these things. What happens to people is they end up being the wrong person in the story. And so, for instance, if you're the kind of guy people go to get a laugh, to get a laugh at their expense, no matter what, if that's your story, you're the jester, right? You're the court clown.
Yeah, you're never going to be the prince.
You're not going to end up getting respected, and people aren't going to treat you with respect or even want you to grow. If you find a way to make your story, let's say that of the underdog, or that of the exiled prince, the once
Simba.
Yeah, those are the kind of stories people also want to contribute to. And if you can put yourself in that role, you can be that player, you'll start to notice that everyone begins to treat you in that manner.
Kind of falls in line.
Yeah. For instance, if you Simba of sorts, you're a Simba, people want the story. If you give them a story that's good and it benefits you at the same time, it's a win-win for everybody. So you want to be extra cautious. You're not the jester. You're not the clown. You're not the one people like to...
You're not Zazu. As it were.
Yeah.
You're not trying to go ahead and be like, I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Yeah. And before I go off, somebody's asking, how do I know I'm doing the best? Or how do you know someone's doing the best they can?
Ooh, come on. Hit him.
So,
Hit him, AK.
like I said, people are social more than they are anything else. We're social animals. Doing your job well is the first step. And that would mean you're hitting the quotas. You're as accurate as you need to be. You're doing the things that are specifically documented on paper. That's a good job. Above that, all three play a role in terms of you're doing the best you can. And what I mean by that is you might have somebody going above quota, right? You got somebody going above quota, and then you got somebody who's hitting quota, but they're doing the other two steps, and you're only doing the first one.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be seen as a better employee than you are because they did all three. And so what I mean is maybe you're both doing quota, you're doing even more.
Yeah, you're reaching this level, but you need to...
Yeah, but you're not doing extracurriculars, and you're not being social to the people that it counts to be. And 4, maybe you're the wrong person in the story.
And which, if you're hitting a certain level, if you're going to go ahead and do above and beyond your job, you might be reaching here. But if you can also intermediate,
Yeah,
expectations for people that are around you, you could... And I know my hand's outside the screen, but here.
And so we got a good question in the chat. I'll read it out. This sounds like we have to pick an act and go with that and not actually act like yourself. Is actually being yourself good, or a lie people say to make you feel better? That's a money comment. So I'm a bit biased when I answer this question, and I would answer it like this. Part of my personality by nature is skewed towards the best outcome. So, for instance, I would say being myself is acting in a way that yields the best outcome. If I had to attribute my personality to anything, it's how to get the best outcome out of a situation. And so if you were to go, can you act like yourself? I would say, of course. I mean, doesn't yourself want the best outcome for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, if I was going ahead and be biased, I'd go ahead and back you up on that one.
Yeah, so it's can I be myself? I mean, isn't yourself someone who wants better for your own self?
Yeah,
so the answer is yes.
Yeah, because I've never met anybody that was like, oh yeah, no, I hate myself, and therefore I want the worst for myself.
Exactly. So I'd argue part of being yourself is acting in a way which generates better outcomes for yourself.
Yeah.
And so that's my wrap up. That's some value for you guys. I know we're the non-serious podcast, but I just wanted to give that. And I'm going to turn the floor over to Mr. Furman to give his input on how to move up in a company or a 9-to-5.
All right, everybody. For those of you who are at home and you are watching this podcast, let me go ahead and let you know that there are 3 easy ways, not good ways, but easy ways to go ahead and make it to the top.
You got a 3-step plan also.
I got a 3-step program that worked for me. However, sleep your way to the top, blackmail your way to the top, or be genuinely good at your job.
So that's your 3 steps.
Yeah, I mean, the third one's probably the first one on the step to goodness, but...
So sleep your way to the top, or blackmail your way to the top.
Which involves the first step. It's very complicated. Occasionally, you gotta go ahead and... You gotta slide a fucking jalapeno in there to go ahead and make yourself to the top.
What if you're in a company that you can't sleep your way to the top in?
Then for the chat,
find another job.
For everybody that's out there, you might genuinely have to be good at your job.
Oh God.
And I know that it's very hard to hear from me. But as your hedonist leader, you occasionally may be called upon to be a genuinely good person. And I know it's not something I would ask of you. But you know what? If you want to climb that corporate ladder, then occasionally you're going to have to grip the sides.
Grip the sides of what?
The good conscience of America. Just like us at the MMA BA, as it were.
Mr. Furman promised tonight to be a tip master, but he's already going back on his promises. He seems to be avoidant of the tip.
Well, see, as a leader of the MMBA...
What is the MMBA?
Oh, the Big Mommy Milkers Biddies Association. We avoid the tip as much as we can. We are almost tip avoiders until we are consciously made aware that the tip needs to be paid attention to.
Yeah. But yeah, to your credit, it's a different way of doing things, but if you're in the right work environment, sweeping your way to the top, I would say, is possible.
Not just possible, plausible. We enjoy ourselves here at the MMBA.
Yeah.
We enjoy ourselves. And it might not be very productive. And it might not be very associative of a conductive life force that would bring happiness. However, we do get to enjoy MMBAs.
That's good. So, as we do, we normally get into a little bit of debauchery on this podcast. You know, one thing I noticed that's missing from our episodes.
P. Diddy?
No, we've done a lot on P. Diddy. Is one thing we've missed since our first and second episode is a lot of what I have that I'm passionate about is rants and raves.
Oh,
Little small nuances and things in day to day that I'm very passionate about.
all right. Well, hit me with it.
For instance, it was ergonomic chairs. It was morning pick-me-ups. I've missed out on ranting about a lot of things that unsettle me.
Man, I do miss me a good morning pick-me-up.
Fortunately, it's the evening, so you won't be needing any of those.
Yuck.
But the other day, let me tell you a story. I was in a public restroom, okay? And this inspired, me remembering how much I hate this.
Oh.
And Mr. Furman, I'm at the urinal. I'm having me a very peaceful piss. And humor me on this.
I mean, we've all been there.
Yeah, a nice peaceful urination, if you will. And as I'm pissing, another gentleman in this restroom proceeds to engage the hand dryer. And let me tell you, this hand dryer was so loud, it jump scared me. It literally interrupted my stream of piss. That this hand dryer was so loud.
Your urinal experience, as it were.
And it reminded me, one of the things I hate most in this world is hand dryers. I hate them with a burning passion.
Why? Because they're the robot equivalent of...
I hate them for multiple reasons. The first is the sheer loudness. I wish somebody would do a study on this. When you dry your hands, you could argue, well, getting your hands dry makes it harder for bacteria to grow. And, moisture... moisture breeds bacteria, so dry hands are more like, you're more sanitary with dry hands.
It's moist.
I genuinely believe the net negative on your longevity that the sheer sound of a hand dryer does to your psyche and your nervous system ends up netting less quality of life and less time on Earth. Like, I think your actual lifespan is decreased every time you're in the presence of a hand dryer.
I mean, like, I would go ahead and argue with you on this one, but like, I feel like glory holes might be a little bit cleaner.
They're cleaner than hand dryers, that's for sure.
At least, you know, if you take some hand sanitizer before it.
And the chat's engaging amongst themselves. I'm glad to see it. The more you guys interact, the better we're all gonna be. But no, are you with me here? The hand dryer, you've surely been in a restroom where the hand dryer was so loud you might have been. Did a nuclear bomb just get dropped?
Oh, dude, I can't tell you how many Hiroshimas and fucking Nagasaki's were dropped, and then that hand dryer comes on.
I walked out of that restroom, ladies and gentlemen, with PTSD, literal shell shock. I'm never gonna be the same man after that event. Like, I go up to the counter and I'm like shaking. Like, my nervous system is fried. I'm gonna need 4 or 5 prescriptions of Xanax to recover from what I experienced in that restaurant.
At the China buffet, this man's hands are shaking so hard. You'd figure there'd be a baby in between them. Like, I can't believe it. Like, this man, I've seen him. He's walked out. He's had this hollowed look in his eyes.
Yeah, and I said, I think it's genuinely comparable to this. It's genuinely comparable to a lawnmower in terms of how loud it is. And, you know, people are like, no, a lawnmower is louder. Okay, a lawnmower is louder than a hand dryer. No, let me tell you. A lawnmower is outside, right? It's out in the open. But in a restroom, it is closed walls. Hard walls. So that sound is bouncing. That sound is bouncing off those walls. You're getting hit from every angle with these hand dryers. You don't know where it's coming from. You can't even... You turn... Where the fuck's that coming? You don't even know.
Look, this man did not lose 2 legs in Vietnam to go ahead and be disrespected by hand dryers.
And the other thing, in America, you're like, why are there so many gaps in the stalls? Like, why are there these gaps in the stalls? I'll tell you, because if they engineered the stalls without gaps, the sheer power and vibration of the hand dryer would decimate the stall. The vibration alone would collapse the stalls. And so the reason you have to worry about a dude peeking and seeing your pee-pee while you're taking a dump is because those hand dryers.
See, that's why that is the exact reason why I jerk it. If he's gonna look through there, then he's gonna see some shit he doesn't want to see.
Yeah. That's the auto response. You see a dude peeking, you just go. I understand. I respect. That's a good combat right there. But no, they are. If Satan was an inventor, I'm telling you, his first invention was the hand dryer.
I think it was the hand cap.
And. But before I get off this rant, okay, the one argument is the sheer blow it's going to deal to your psyche. But let's do number 2. Because people might go, oh, it's better for the environment, right? You're not having to use paper. You're not killing the trees. It's going to be better for the environment.
Yeah, I'm
right?
sure.
But here's what you got to factor in. There's 2 things that make me believe the hand dryer is worse for the environment. The first is the raw energy that sucker is using. It is using raw energy. You don't get a sound that loud unless you got a power system behind it. I mean, they probably got a fucking backup generator.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like this.
They got a backup generator just for the hand dryer, okay? So, at least in that area, I'm going, nope, it's not helping the environment. Number 2, okay, so people don't use paper, right? Helps the trees.
Yeah.
I'd wager that more often than not, drying your hands ends up costing more paper products than drying them with the hand dryer. Here's why. Because you're so unsettled after using it, you need a comfort product, a comfort food. And so you're going to go out and eat some comfort food like Ritz crackers, like Pop-Tarts. And what do those come in? Paper product boxes.
How dare you besmirch?
And so just to get back to baseline, just to get back to safety, you end up using more paper just by seeking out comfort foods.
Just because the China King Buffet Ultra and Mega Super has given you the options between blowing your hands in between two lips of metal, which are going...
And so...
Sir.
And so, yeah, I'm telling you, the hand dryers, they're the devil. Hand dryers are the devil.
They are the absolute fucking taint-sucking worst out
Yeah.
of the human race.
And I want to pick up a counterpoint that I've heard. You know, somebody said, well, one benefit of the hand dryer, right, is it provides enough sound. You can do number 2 without being heard. Like you can drop a nice deuce.
That is not true.
In
I have
anonymity.
never been able to drop a nice deuce to the sound of a hand dryer.
And I'm gonna pick that point up. No, that's not true. It's worse than you think.
Oh, dude, it's way worse.
If you're the kind of guy seeking comfort and anonymity when you're dropping a deuce, you're already of the wrong frame of mind as a man. And so one of the most masculine things you can do is do number 2 as loud as possible. Personally, when I'm in a public restroom, I try to make as much noise as possible when I'm doing, number 2, because I want to assert dominance. I want to let the people in the restroom know that I am not scared of their presence. And so if you're seeking comfort from sound, I think it's kind of like you're in the safe zone as a man. You don't want to be in the safe zone because it's just going to create a lot more submissive activity on your part. You want to be in an environment that's silent so you have the maximum capacity for a masculine activity. And a masculine activity is dropping a very loud deuce right in the toilet. That's part of being a man. You're probably losing testosterone levels by seeking the shield of the sound of the hand dryer. And so you're turning yourself into a beta male by using the hand dryer to your advantage. And so even to that point, I go, it is a detriment to society. And shortly, Mr. Furman is going to be rejoining us. We're up to 7 viewers. If we get to 10, that'll be another cash giveaway episode.
Oh, yeah.
So I spoke my spill on the hand dryer. You got any other odds and ends? Or because, one other point you maybe want to talk. Sometimes the toilets flush so loud, they're comparable.
Oh, no. Not even close. Let's go ahead and be real here. AK.
Yeah.
Anybody that goes ahead and uses a hand dryer that is air-based is basically doing a bacterial re-scrub of their hands. You might as well go ahead and swat your balls around a little bit after you make sure it happens.
We got somebody in the chat saying, I don't care if you hear me pooping. You chose to be there. Good on you, man. Now that is the right frame of mind.
That is
Now that's being in the masculine frame. That is being in the masculine frame.
Yeah, you got that Sigma mindset. But also, if you're gonna be in the bathroom, and if you're gonna piss so loud that you sound like you're fucking boiling chicken, then you know what? If you don't wash your hands before you leave, then that's on you. You are how do I say this for the PC culture? You are a garbage person.
Another rant, another rave.
Oh,
Why have they not put some resealable option on cereal? Like, why is cereal not in like a Ziploc bag?
well, that's because crunch berries are only crunch berries until they're in crunch
Let
berries.
me tell you my experience with cereal. Okay, I'm about to get real ranty and real ravey
Oh shit, chat, get real.
because I grew up a cereal lover. No, it's a dark past.
A cereal man.
This is before I came into the light. Okay,
He was on them crunch berries.
because cereal is a part of darkness.
Mm.
But let me tell you my experience with cereal. You open the bag, you cut it open, you put some cereal in a bowl. When you go to reseal it, when you go to put that cereal back in the bag, it's too early to really properly fold it, right? It's too early. And so you end up in this haphazard mesh
Halfway
situation.
state.
Yeah, is it going to be exposed to the air? Is the cereal going to get stale, etc.? And what you end up with is you end up kind of pushing the cereal down to the bottom of the bag so you can fold it. And then when it goes into the box, you've got this big bulge. It's a cereal box with a huge bulge. Okay?
Mm. If only I had that problem.
And I'm like, I don't want my cereal box to have a bulge. I'm a man.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if I could have a cereal bulge.
Well, I'm like, I'm not looking to drink milk from a bowl that also includes the contents of a bulge box.
Well, I mean, bulge box is literally a definition on the hub.
Because after one use of the cereal, it's no longer a cereal box. It's a bulge box. And the people at home know I'm telling the truth. We've all seen it.
How dare you not enjoy the bulge of the box?
But you've seen it.
I've seen it, experienced it, lived it. And
silly,
I would still...
Silly rabbit.
Traps are for kids.
But... Trans box.
They're magically delicious. They're
like,
great.
Give me a slim box, please. Let me seal my cereal, Mr. Evil food companies. Let me reseal.
But you don't understand. They're magically delicious after they get a bulge.
I think the reason, outside of like it being slightly cheaper, is they're kind of hoping the guy who eats cereal like once every couple months will just let his cereal go stale.
Once every 6 to 8 years.
His cereal goes stale, and then instead of finishing his box, instead of finishing his bulge box, he goes and gets a whole nother box, and the cycle repeats. This cycle of abuse, right? It's an abusive cycle. As a consumer, not only are we getting raked on price, they're also bulging. They're bulging us right in the face.
Would that put them on hedonists of the week?
Cereal creators, I mean, they're hedonists, that's for sure.
Oh, they got to be up there.
Money-loving monsters.
Oh, dude, tell me Frosty ain't on the hedonist of the week, because they're great.
He's definitely on there. Transition. I got another pop. So let's talk about stoics.
All right.
I'd say if you had to summarize the modern masculinity in a couple words, stoic's going to be up there. Everyone likes to, hey, come back in. Don't escape now.
1 second. Let me get on that tip.
Everyone wants to talk about stoicism. A man should be stoic.
Oh, yeah.
Quiet, refined.
Demure.
But one of the biggest issues with modern teachings of stoicism is every single stoic who promotes it is a certified yapper.
Oh, fucking yappies from the Yappertons?
The mere act of talking about stoicism isn't stoicism.
Oh, you're talking about like fucking Monsieur. Oh, well, this is not this kind of fucking Yappytons.
A man should be quiet and strong and reserved, but let me go ahead and make 100 videos on how a man should be quiet, strong, and reserved. Right? You'd never catch your grandpa making a video on being stoic. And you know he's stoic.
I wish my arm were longer to go ahead and give the jerk off motion in my heart.
And so stoicism is a scam in many ways. We're living in an attention economy. The more attention, the better off you are. And stoics don't get attention.
No, because they don't need it.
Why would a stoic get attention? He ain't got shit to say.
Yeah, it's basically Diogenes. Like, what's it called when they're made from something big to something small? Condensed.
Condensed milk. But no, like, I just think modern stoicism is so hypocritical just by the proxy of how it's delivered, like the message is delivered.
Oh yeah, that whole
non-stoics.
The Sigma alpha males. Like, again, the jerk off motion in my heart.
And that's a really good point. Somebody says they are salesmen, not stoic in reality. And you're spot on. That's what it is. They're selling something that they aren't. And while doing it, they're the exact opposite of what they're promoting.
Yeah, like Liver King. Like fucking your Andrew Tates. Your
Liver King, he never used steroids, guys.
Wink, wink to the audience who can't see me. Wink, wink. Your Andrew Tates, your P. Diddy's, your fucking Jeffrey Epstein's.
Yeah.
They're all alphas all the time. Yada, yada.
So,
blah,
just on record,
blah.
You're saying that Epstein was an alpha?
No, I'm saying that he was definitely a beta. Like, how do you hang yourself in a fucking jail cell that is literally your size? Get fucked.
You might have got visited by the cereal companies.
Yeah, serial as in serial killer companies, as in America. Get fucked.
Let's not give our editors a hard time now. Let's get in the screen.
Oh, Jamie, pay attention.
So I've come out with some hot topics. What do you got? What do you got for us to rant and rave about?
Rant and rave about or end on?
Oh, we're not ending. It's a little early.
Well, how early?
And we do not like to finish early.
No.
Here at the False Graves podcast.
Yeah, we're not some fucking two-pump chumps. Let's go ahead and hit that.
We believe nice guys finish last.
Well, I mean, nice guys who don't say they're nice guys.
Mr. Furman isn't acquainted with the other side of that saying, I don't reckon.
I tell everybody that I'm with, I'm a piece of shit from the get-go. And that means that they're about to be in for an hour and a half of absolute fucking garbage.
That's step one of moving up the corporate ladder. But what do you got?
Okay. Well, see, I've got a couple of would you rathers and a couple of different scenarios for you.
All right. I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've always been one to pride myself on my ability to answer quick debates and trivia.
Okay, all right. You sure?
Here we go.
All right. 1 second. Let me go ahead and take a little sip of my Gatorade.
Big Daddy Gatorade. Get some of that as well. I mean,
Gatorade, you fucking fresh white having bitch. Okay, so let's say, for the sake of argument, you can either have super strength or super speed. Come on. No. It's so very easy. Super strength or super speed.
Yeah, I'm going to pick super speed.
Really? Why?
What's strong gonna do?
Strong is going to make you able to go ahead and maintain through all of life's operations.
I'm picking super speed. I don't even know that I need to elaborate. It's so obvious. Speed beats strength. Speed beats strength.
Does it though?
Yeah.
Even though that there are things that are too heavy for your speed to move.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're fast enough, it'll move.
And then you're capable and also comparable for everything that ever happens.
What would you pick?
Strength. I am only able to move so far at so much of a pace. I cannot save everybody on the face of this planet. Now, if I have super speed and I don't save somebody that's falling from a building, or I don't save every person, that's on me. Because apparently, super speed means super awareness. Now, where do you fall on that?
Speed, man. I'm speed.
You're still speed?
Yeah.
Man, you are crazier than fucking squirrel shit.
Look, people shoot up speed. They don't shoot up strength. There's a reason.
Yeah, because they can't. Well, it's mostly because it's bath salts, but like potato, tomato.
You ready for another rant?
Let's go for it.
In the interest of talking about bad products and evil markets, there's almost no market out there more convoluted, more inconsistent, more confusing than the sheet market. I'm talking about bedding. I'm talking about pillows. I'm talking about blankets.
He's talking about them down throws.
This is a market that is entrenched in deception. You don't know left from right when you're looking at sheets. You don't.
1 thread to 100 threads is my max.
And so a fantasy of mine has always been to procure the best sheets money can buy. I want the finest sheets that money can buy. And the market itself is so confusing that even though I would throw unlimited money at finding the perfect sheets,
5 billion count,
it's proven to be a sheer impossibility. Because I cannot tell left from right. I cannot tell up from down when it comes to sheets. You got thread counts. You got fabric types. You got down counts. Like how much down is it? What's the ratio? You've got organically sourced versus inorganically sourced. You've got synthetic versus natural fibers. You've got everything. Like everything under the sun.
AKA, let me go ahead and break it down for you. Non-GMO, ABA, CD, AMA, FO, non-locally sourced, ranch-driven.
2 viewers away from our 10. We get 2 more viewers. We're up to a cash giveaway.
157,000 count.
Right.
Sheet count. Not comforter count, sheet count. And then you go ahead and multiply that by 1,400,000 on the comforter count. Non-GMO, non-vegan, multi-source free.
Yeah. And so let me tell you how bad this market is. You're right. There's all those things. The sheet market is so bad. I have, like, even though I've never, engaged with one or encountered one, I've literally begged to have a hero of sorts come into my life and tell me what the best sheets are. I've long fantasized about a Karen coming into my life, the perfect upper middle class white woman who
needs a Karen to show up in the middle of the night,
who knows her sheets. Nobody knows their sheets like upper middle class white women. I know it. That is the market for sheets. When you get too wealthy, you just travel all day and all week, and you don't even think about the sheets. But when you're the proper balance of upper middle white woman, you know your sheets. And if you're out there, if I can find you and you can help me, I will be eternally grateful. You, you will have made, my year. You beautiful upper middle class white women who complain a lot to managers. If one of you are out there, tell me what sheets to buy, and I will listen. I will. I'm looking for you. Like,
fucking so bad.
That's who would know, right? That's the authority on such matters.
I know, it's a bunch of fucking
I've killed Mr. Furman. I'm having to do a solo show here. He's putting so much weight on me, so much pressure.
It fucking hurts
But
so bad.
Tell me the best sheets to buy.
The best sheets to buy are 180K plus.
I have on many separate occasions dedicated all of my time to finding the best sheets, and I've walked away every single time depressed, confused. I mean, you had to put me on suicide watch after the last time, right?
Well, I mean, like, just because that time where I had to go ahead and make those sure that the guns were outside of your control, you know, and I had to go ahead and make sure that you were not going to be crazy during that time. Crazy being liberal with the movement of one finger.
He's having a rough time, guys. He's having a rough time.
No, I'm not having a rough time.
You're getting some heat. People are saying you haven't really said much tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm letting this man cook. But like,
I served the entree 30 minutes ago for Mr. Furman.
Oh, the charcuterie was fucking lackluster. It was mostly crickets.
It's your turn to cook.
Well, most of this, like right now, like let me go ahead and be a tip sipper, as it were. Chat, group, everybody. Hey. I just want to go ahead and let you know that I am in for this. But this man is topping absolute insanity. He is to the razy. And he's actually going to go ahead and get some crickets for the next episode. Or the episode after that. And he's going to make me eat them.
Yeah, and I'm going to eat at least one cricket.
One whole cricket.
To be fair, I never even offered to eat the crickets.
Yeah, no, it was all me. But that's not
You're
the
getting
point.
cooked, bro. The chat's going off on you.
Absolutely roasted.
We got, you haven't said anything. We got, you can't stay in the frame. And then we got, hey, Furman, are you okay?
No, I am very not much okay.
But
you know what?
What's going on? Yeah, let me know.
What's going on is I'm going to go ahead and have to get very okay with eating crickets in the moment.
But you offered.
I did. I put my foot so far up my ass, I'm going to go ahead and have to love the taste of my ankle.
Would you rather eat a cricket or your own foot?
Crickets.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Like, I've got mild sauce from Taco Bell, but you know what? For you, chat, for you, the audience.
What will you do for our audience?
Everything and anything.
You'll do anything for our audience? We got a lucky audience. You guys really ought to stop roasting and start saluting.
Well, either way, look.
A cricket salute.
For all y'all that I cannot see that this man can, I just want to let you know that I love you. And I want to let you know that you are appreciated. And I want to let you know that I am thankful to go ahead and have to crush down every soul that I have to.
You know, that's a really good message. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and don you the light bringer of the week. A message like that, I mean, come on. You're willing to lay down your taste buds for our viewers.
I'm willing to go ahead and absolutely decimate them.
We got some people going, well, I didn't realize you'd do anything for your viewers.
Well, bring in more. Let's see what happens.
So we got. What else would you do for our viewers?
Man, I'm willing to go ahead and unmask myself.
Unmask?
Unmask. I'm willing to go ahead and go eye to eye, face to face, toe to toe with every single one of these viewers.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
That's respect.
Mucho gracias,
That's respect.
Mr. AK. Like, I'm willing to go ahead and be real with these people. I'm one divorce down. I am one girlfriend up. I am absolutely, positively 4 dogs up. I am not in a absolutely fantabulous place, but you know what? For the group, for the chat, for the real people in this,
He's still standing.
yeah.
Better than he's ever been.
Yeah.
And that's what we're about. Perseverance. False graves.
We're willing to go ahead and push through all the shit to go ahead and get to the good stuff.
We persevere. Death, it's not real. It'll never touch you.
Amen to that. It's all escaping the Maya.
So we got people asking if you could do an identity reveal on this episode. Might have to wait. I'm not, obviously, I think we might have to, but what do you say?
How many subscribers we got?
We got about 1,080.
Okay, so what do we have right here?
We had 8 viewers. It's too soon. It's too soon.
Yeah, I know. That's why I went ahead and readjusted my glasses.
Now, see, that's the art of seduction.
I'm willing to go ahead and absolutely flay myself in front of all of you. None of you are going to go ahead and get that final click until you get to 100 subscribers.
I'm glad that we've reached the point in the episode where if you're still tuned in, at this point you're in. Like, we can say anything we want. You make it this far, we got you by the balls.
See this? Bam.
All right, let's do a final. Let's do a final point. What do we got?
Final point is, if you've never made it to a Diddy party, thank your Lord. Test positive and stay negative.
And, as always, thank you guys. We appreciate the chats, the engagement. Cricket eating either next week or the week after. I'm going to put out some short videos to promote it. And then we're going to have the official cricket eating stream very soon. We thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, stay in the light.